So good evening, guys. Good evening. Please let me know in the chat box if you guys can hear me, please. Let me know. Let me know. You're welcome to our monthly community session. Let me know in the chat box if you guys can hear me. Good evening, everybody. From wherever part of the world that you are joining us. A good evening. Awesome. 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 Yeah, awesome. Awesome. Good evening, everybody. So well, I was just telling my virtual assistant to sing some few minutes ago that I really do not have anything specific, but then I would as long as it's freelancing, it's the gig economy, I would always have something to share amongst you guys. All right. And if you have been attending our community session often, you would realize that there is always something to learn, actually, no matter the limitation in time. There is always something to actually learn. All right. So Tosin will be the one to anchor, will be the one interacting with you guys. Tosin is my virtual assistant, by the way. So I'm sure most of you guys know Tosin anyways. If you're kind of close to me, or you're in our community, or you're a member of our community. So Tosin is my virtual assistant, and then he works directly for GigsNet as well. So first of all, just so that we can have more people, I want to really know where you are joining us from what part of the world. I have people follow me from diverse countries, actually. So I want to know from where part of the world you are joining this call from. Can you just put it out there in the chat? All right. I'm in Lagos. Yeah. So what part of the world? Oh, awesome. Okay. Favor. Hi, Favor. From Enugu. Yeah. Hi, Promise. Favor, Promise. They're both my students anyway. Yeah. Thank you, Tosin. From Lagos. Awesome. Awesome. Just drop in the chat. Let's know where you're joining us from. That's cool. Nairobi, that's cool. From Abuja. Oh, Sunday, hi. From Ife, awesome. Really good to have you guys around. It's always for, oh, Bumi from Canada, awesome. Hi, Bumi. All right. Osazugi from the US, awesome. I have some couple of students, I have students across 9 countries, actually, from the US, from the UK, from Canada, from some African countries like Kenya, Cameroon. I have a one-on-one student at Cameroon, obviously from Nigeria, from Ukraine, and some from South Africa, and some other countries like that, actually. So it's quite interesting that freelancing is going, is spreading across all boards, and that is actually one of my major vision, actually, to see a lot of young people embrace what the gig economy has to offer. Okay, so it's nice having you guys around from different from wherever part of the world you are joining us from. So I'll just be sharing basically on mindset, all right, or developing the right mindset, towards personal development, and growth. About try as much as possible to connect it to the freelancing economy, and all of that. Some few days ago, I was invited as a facilitator to a particular program. TLC Godwin's writing workshop, actually, and then I thought about personal development, career development, finding your career sweet spot, particularly as a freelancer. Okay. I talked about career assessment, learning a skill and all of that. So I'll just share some things I feel that you guys have to know, all right, that would also help you out, in the gig space, particularly for those of you that, you want to learn something, you want to learn a digital skill, you want to make money, but then that's it's very important that you have the right mindset, actually, before you delve into, whatever venture you want to go into. So having the right mindset, having the proper conviction, understanding what you are going into, because I see that a lot of people are just particular about money, about making money. Oh, I open an Upwork account today. The next day I want to start making money. It doesn't work that way. All right. I open a Fiverr account today. Then after 1 week, I need to start making money. If I'm not making money, then let me just abandon it and all of that. Yeah, I share your opinion because I train students. So I know I know most of these things actually, and I know why people get to have that kind of feeling. Okay, and one of the things I would say is that I don't use slide to teach actually. If you attend my classes a lot, you know that I don't use slide. I love to share experiences, real life knowledge, and then I always love to relate better with my audience. So I want you guys to listen attentively, learn as much as you can. I'm going to try as much as possible to take some questions. Like I said, I have just very few minutes to actually, spend with you guys, just like I usually do. So in case you are joining us for the first time, you can go on my YouTube channel. Okay, you can go on my YouTube channel, just go on YouTube and type Olamide Toba. You see some of our past community sessions where I share, how to get remote offers using, LinkedIn, using some software, using Google, Twitter, some platforms, even Instagram actually. All right, so you can always go back. Let me share my screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Come on, guys, are we together? You don't have to unmute yourself. Just let me know in the chat if we are together, please. Are we together?
Yes, we're together.
Awesome. So I think I have two videos. So this is one. This is I think June. Then this one is July. So you can always go back there to watch. And then I will address some little things about learning from people. Because of my kind of personality, because of what I do. I'm on Twitter. People have even my DM is open, so you can easily send me a message on Twitter. If you are a member of my community, you can easily send a message on WhatsApp and all of that. But there's a right way to learn from. There's a better way, or there's a better perspective that you should have whenever you have the opportunity to actually learn from people. All right. So, and then one of them is the fact that someone like me, I love entertaining questions a lot, but at the same time, I love when people do their due diligence, people who, get to do their personal research, before bringing questions. Because oftentimes, most of the questions I get asked often are the things that I've already answered. There are things that you find either some of my blogs, either some of my community session, either my threads on Twitter and all of that. You find answers to them, but many people don't check, which is fine. All right, but it's very cool that it's very important that when you want to learn, try as much as possible to find out about the person. What exactly has he been doing so far? Try to maximize all of those materials. And that's why I tell Tosin as many times as possible, ensure that you keep on sharing the materials on the community pages. Let them read all of those stuff, implement those stuff, and then, stay on it for quite a while. So what I'm basically saying is that it's very good for you to have the right attitude towards a particular venture. Okay. I'm a graduate of microbiology from IFE, from OAU. Okay. It took me 4 years to actually become a graduate of microbiology. So it took me 4 years to learn microbiology on the basic level. Okay. All right. There's still room for me to go for my master's, go for a PhD, whatever path I want to follow. So I already have that mindset that for me to learn microbiology to a particular extent, I must go to a university to study microbiology for 4 years. All right. And then I believe that it applies to almost everybody. So whatever course you study in your university, it takes time for you to learn them, and be able to actually be bold enough to call yourself a graduate of whatever department you graduated from and all of that. So that's a mindset. Okay. So, but then I see that I really can't call it pressure, or even though it looks like pressure actually on many young people. We expect that whatever thing we want to see, whatever venture we want to go into, we expect that we start making money almost immediately, actually. And in the long run, when the result doesn't meet our expectations, we give up, or we begin to say, no, it's not working. Oh, it's hard. It's not, no, it's not for me, and all of that. It's just that you are under pressure, or you are just being greedy. All right. Yeah, it's cool. You see result, oh, earning in dollars is good, is that, but it's very cool for you to, and that's one of the things I usually ensure that I do to those that are under my paid mentorship. In fact, one of our basic outline is having the right attitude to learning. Okay, having the right mindset to actually learn, understand the venture that you're going into. Okay, if you go to school to study a particular course, you know how long it's going to take you. You know how the kind of hard work you put into it for you to actually become a master of that course or that profession or that career. Okay, so it's very important that, even though freelancing may look like a side hustle to some people, it's not a side hustle to me, or for me, it's a full-time job for me. As a matter of fact, Gigsnet is emerging from that particular space. Okay, I'm already building a startup from that space, so it's a full-time work for me. All right, so I'm putting a lot of stuff into it because I know that it works. I understand the rudiment. I know what it is to actually, be a player in the freelancing or the gig industry. As a matter of fact, the gig industry is worth over $5 trillion, and that statistic was in 2018. All right, Upwork released a statistic some few weeks ago, and they said over 10 to 20% of Americans are actually delving into freelancing. You get what I'm saying? So it should show you that there's a lot to learn in this industry. It's not just about, oh, I'm on Upwork, I'm on Fiverr, and it shows that there's a lot. There are a lot of potentials to actually unravel in this space. All right, and that's one thing that I actually want you guys to understand. And then I'll be teaching around that route, digital skills, positioning yourself, having the right mindset, building proper conviction and all of that. All right. Come on, are we together, guys? Are we together? Are we together?
Yes, we are.
Please use the chat. Use the chat. Use the chat.
Yes.
Tosin. So Tosin is the only one allowed to use the microphone for now until I ask everyone to start asking questions. So Tosin is the only one allowed. So just use the chat so that I won't disturb the class. Okay. Yeah, thank you. So I'm going to play a video. I played this video in Toyosi's class on Monday or I spent like 2 days with those guys, and trust me, I shared a lot actually. I shared a lot. All right, so so I would play a video. This video, it's a video that inspires me a lot, and I feel that you guys will also have 1 or 2 things to learn. It talks about the future of freelancing, how a woman started, how she left a teaching job, to pursue a career in freelancing. This woman is now big today, worth over $1 million. Do you know what $1 million is? Worth over $1 million. All right. So I'll play that video for you guys. I was playing it earlier on before I started the class officially. So I'll play the video for you guys so you guys can let's watch, let's pick some lessons, and then I hope it will inspire you. All right. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Tosin, what's up? Can you guys see my screen? Okay, thank you.
Freelance writer.
So I want you guys to listen very well. You will learn a lot from her, okay? And many of you guys would relate better with her experience. Then I will explain. All right, I will explain how it works, building a portfolio. I'm just starting out. What should I do? Do I have a space? Even if I don't have a skill, how do I get jobs? When I get rejection, what are the things I should do? So these are some of the questions I will be answering from my interview or from my talk, actually. Do you get? So so let me just play the video.
In the fall of 2011, I was beginning my first year as an inner city middle school teacher. Now, you might find this hard to believe, but I only had 6 weeks of training for that job, and it left me woefully unprepared for life in that classroom. During my year as an educator, I experienced the trials and the tribulations of working in education. Like many teachers around our country, I had to buy supplies for my students. But here, I was also asked to teach 3 years worth of material in one, because the school could not afford a 6th or an 8th grade teacher. I didn't have enough desks or books for my students, and I even received death threats. After several violent experiences in and around the school and surrounding neighborhoods, I came to the realization, this is not how I want to spend my life. And in the midst of a PhD program working to become a professor, I knew I had to leave behind my dream of working in traditional education entirely. I had to refocus my life. We are living in the midst of the fourth industrial revolution. This version, characterized by scope, velocity, and systems impact, will disrupt nearly every industry in every nation around the world. And it has ripple effects that you can feel in your daily life all the way through to the global economy. One of those is how we think about the word work. The meaning of the word work has and continues to shift in big and important ways. For many people, work no longer means 9 to 5, a commute, or even a designated desk. Companies are offering remote and flexible work terms because technology allows for it, and increasingly employees demand it. An entire generation of independent contractors are leveraging their expertise to live outside of traditional boundaries, all enabled by the digital world in which we live. So getting back to the future of work. The future of work is a whole new horizon, but it's also a wild west. And that's expected to change even more in the coming decades. Outside the confines of corporate America, digital freelancers are paving their own way, choosing freedom-based contract work from wherever in the world they want to live, and serving clients using only the power of a computer and an internet connection. And this isn't just in America, it's global. In fact, research from the World Economic Forum indicates that the top socioeconomic drivers of changes in our workforce are the changing nature of work itself and the desire for flexible work. So getting back to that moment of crisis that ended my teaching career, it occurred to me that I had to pave my own way. Fast forward a few months and I had launched a career as a freelance writer. Since then, I've been able to manage my life and business from anywhere in the world, which has come in handy as a military wife who has moved 7 times in 9 years. I earn a good living. I spend my time doing what I love, and I'm in control of my work schedule and my time away from work. And I still get to teach too, except now I help people launch or grow their own careers in the wild west of freelancing. So I became a writer. How did I decide that particular path? What indication did I have that I could make a living as a professional writer? Not much, but enough. A college professor of mine in the English department had pulled me aside after class one day and suggested that I change majors to join his department and leave behind economics. He said he loved my writing. He thought it was something I should pursue. At that moment, I didn't take his advice, but that comment flashed into my mind as I submitted my resignation from my teaching career. It gave me the courage to pursue a professional career as a writer, even though I had no training, certifications, or background in journalism or communications. I was suddenly fully immersed in and committed to a career for which I was perfectly suited. Google became my career counselor as I began to research how to become a freelance writer. I went from learning the basics about how to freelance to turning this into a growing business working for hundreds of clients I have never met in person. And I was excited to land my first few gigs for the extra cash. But soon the demand for my services grew, and my part-time job as a freelance writer was paying me more than the full-time position I'd taken at an insurance agency to make ends meet. That's when I knew this was real. Since 2013, I've worked full-time online as a 6-figure freelance contractor and have even recruited and operated teams of freelancers as a digital project manager. And all this raises the question, what is a freelancer? Simply put, freelancers are self-employed independent contractors, and we get paid by different companies at different times. We've always had freelancers in the economy, but their impact in the coming decades will be significant. Thanks to technology, it's never been faster, easier, or less expensive to launch a freelance business as a virtual assistant, translator, web designer, web developer, graphic designer, course creation expert, marketing expert, proofreader, editor, writer, and that's just to name a few. Digital platforms have made it easier for us to reach and do business with companies in all industries. And because of technology, business is conducted at lightning speed, with the opportunity to land clients, whether B2B or B2C, in a matter of days or even hours. Now, myths about freelance work, such as that it's poorly paid, that it's unstable, or that it's for out-of-work creatives have traditionally kept people from purposefully pursuing these businesses. But that's all changing right now. By 2027, nearly 60% of the workforce will have had some experience as independent contractors, according to Upwork's Freelancing in America study. And a growing number of them are choosing to leave traditional employment and pursue freelancing full-time. I've worked with companies as small as solopreneurs and as big as Microsoft and TrueCar. And what they all have in common is this desire to tap into freelance talent. While many of them still do have in-house full-time employees, it makes more sense sometimes to partner with a specific expert on a project or on a retainer basis. This growing demand for freelance talent combines with low barriers to entry, which means that more employees than ever are looking to leave and start their own empire. And it's not just a good time to be a freelancer, it's a great time to be a well-paid freelancer. According to the State of Independence in America study, more than 21% of independent contractors earn $100,000 a year or more, a number that is expected to grow. Could you be next? Here's how it works in my freelance business. I reach out to a prospective client via email, connecting on LinkedIn, job board sites like Upwork, or through a referral from a past client. Some of those touch points yield a conversation about their needs, after which I create a custom proposal with a rate and a timeline. We sign a contract, I complete the work, and submit billing for payment. And 7 out of 10 times, those clients will hire me again to work with them over the long run. One of the biggest challenges for people leaving full-time employment is adapting from the employee mindset to one of entrepreneur, CEO, and business owner. To be a successful freelancer, you must accept the premise that organization is key, that a clear work schedule and meeting deadlines, those are non-negotiables. You also have to be comfortable putting yourself out there to negotiate fees and contract terms with clients, and keep an eye on the market to see gaps that you could fill with your expertise. You have to lean into your strengths at the same time that you get comfortable with hearing the word no a lot. And you use that response to tweak your approach, samples, and your pitch. To consider your own freelance options, begin by analyzing your past experience. For example, an office administrator probably has many skills that could translate over to that of virtual assistant. Someone who loves reading and writing could excel as an editor or a freelance writer with a little bit of learning about online marketing. If you don't have specific experience, explore something you're passionate about and use technology to help you learn as you grow. Books, courses, virtual coaches, and podcasts can all help you launch and expand your freelance career. Once you're clear about the focus of your freelance business, educate yourself about those core elements of online marketing and develop a pitch and work samples. If you don't have any professional work samples you can use, create your own. By giving clients a taste of what your work would look like as a finished product, they can evaluate for your talent and style before ever working together. I knew upon entering college that I was not suited for a traditional 9-to-5, but I had no idea there were any other options. And in hindsight, my only regret is not starting sooner. So let me tell you about a couple of my freelance friends and what this looks like for them. There's Marie, who's a self-confessed lost soul, and she turned her independent streak into an entrepreneurial spirit, now helping other women break the mold and grow their businesses as a Facebook ads strategist. She went from knowing traditional employment wasn't for her to building her passion for social media into an at-home business. And Dave, who used his offline experience in marketing to create courses about business that have now reached more 773,000 students around the world. He started small with a couple of courses to test his market, and then now produces several per year as a 6-figure earner. There's Jenna, a former elementary school teacher who left the classroom to pursue a career on her own terms where she could still make an impact as a Pinterest strategist. She saw the power of Pinterest as a personal user and turned that into a full-time career. Andrew used his side hustle income from blogging and course design consulting to travel, buy a house, pay for his wedding, and save money, all while he still worked a full-time job. He used his past experience in education and curriculum design and turn that into the skills of an educational entrepreneur. Freelancers like these already contribute an estimated $1 trillion to our economy. So it's certainly something you should be thinking about, how you could tap into the power of this rapidly growing section of the workforce. And here's what I love about freelancing. Trying it out costs you little to nothing, and you don't have to commit to it 100% to see if it's the right fit for you. You can start small like Dave, Marie, Jenna, and Andrew with one client or project and grow from there. Trying out new creative projects with little to no risk and minimal startup costs makes it easier than ever to launch a sustainable business as a freelancer. This might start as a side hustle for you and grow into a full-time career. It could be your creative outlet while you stay in your traditional employment. Or it could be your opportunity to pursue something you're good at, but you never earned a degree in. When you finally discover your passion and pursue it as a freelancer, you can even use the power of the freelance economy yourself by using project management software or hiring virtual assistants so that you can get more done. And the good news is that you don't need to reinvent the wheel thanks to the millions of successful freelancers in the market, including over 56 million in America alone. Follow a proven path. You'll need to evaluate for demand, create work samples.
Well, hello guys, are we still together? Or it looks like I'm the only one listening.
Yes, coach, we are still together.
Okay.
Yes, we are following.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I would still expatiate on many of the things she mentioned actually, because almost everything she said, yeah, actually very valid. And I want you guys to learn from that, and then see where you can pick up from.
Good news is that you don't need to reinvent the wheel thanks to the millions of successful freelancers in the market, including over 56 million in America alone. Follow a proven path. You'll need to evaluate for demand, create work samples, and a pitch. It's never been a better time to launch a career as a freelancer as this demand has grown and as the flexibility has increased. Today, the freelance generation is turning to independent contract work as a powerful tool that workers are using to earn a living, live the life they want to live, and tell the story they want the world to hear. Freelancing is poised to be a driving force for our economy and to further contribute to how we define the word work. Whether your company could outsource to a freelance professional to leverage time or expertise, or whether you're thinking about launching your own freelance venture, how will you be a part of that driving force? Thank you.
Awesome. Very powerful, actually. I'm sure you guys listen to the end, okay? So, like I said, there's a lot. She said a lot, actually, and these are the things that have.
A different future starts with you. That's why GoDaddy does more to help you find a name.
So she actually said a lot, and these are some of the things that I keep on, posting about, writing threads about, holding classes about, just to reiterate it all the time and let people see the beauty, see the flexibility that actually comes with the freelancing space. I have experienced it. I am currently experiencing it. I'm now training more people. For example, if you notice, she said something that follow a proven path, which is very important, and then the rate at which many people are actually coming into the freelancing or the gig space is actually on the high. All right. And that should show you something, that there's something peculiar about this particular industry. Like I said, the industry is worth over $6 trillion. Okay. As I when she had that interview, they had over 56 million people in the US that are freelancers. That's a lot. And one of the intriguing things for me that stood out for me was when I got my first job, and then I was paid, I think I was paid $30 or so, yeah, $30 or $50, and then I was in Hawaii, I was in Ife, I think I was my part 2 or so, and then I was paid by an international client, that was just it for me. That just told me that, so I can be in Nigeria, offer my service. It was just a simple, I think I wrote either a copy, no, it was not a copy, it was either a press release or an article, I can't really remember, and then the client loved the work, and then the client gave me very good feedback, and then the client paid me, You know, that was when I knew that, oh, there is actually something about this particular industry. Okay, and then I started exploring it little by little, you know, as a student, even though I never knew that I was still going to come back to it full time. You know, I was still studying my microbiology, but at the same time, I was trying to explore some other things, you know, getting gigs and all of that. Who would have told me back then that I was going to build something big out of freelancing today? But here we are. All right. And I personally find the journey very interesting. Not just for me, and that's one of the reasons why I'm ensuring that I'm bringing more people, you know, into this industry. I've seen it done a lot for people. Okay, I've literally seen it done a lot for people. Some of my students are here, they can testify, you know, and all of that. So, and that's one of the reasons why I want you all to actually have the right mindset, you know, towards the freelancing economy. So it's not an economy that you come and cash out. No, it's not a Ponzi scheme. I won't promote a Ponzi scheme on the internet. Okay, it's not MMM. All right, it's not. I think that was mindset that a lot of people had about cryptocurrency some few months ago. I think around February, January, when there was a bull run, and then bam, everything went down. And then, you know, people, you know, I think people will start talking about cryptocurrency now, because I think BTC was able to cross 42K today. You know, that was the mindset a lot of people had, and then they came into the crypto space. You know, everywhere was green. We had a lot of crypto influencers on Twitter, you know, around that January, February, until maybe like March or April. Was it March or April that, you know, there was a lot of dips, and then people had to keep quiet. But people that understand the basics of cryptocurrency, people that know about the rudiment of cryptocurrency will see that cryptocurrency is not something where it's not a space or an industry where you just come and go. Are you following what I'm saying? Am I making sense, guys? Come on. Let me know.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Oh, awesome. So I'm trying to paint a picture, all right, so that you guys can have the right. See, it's about conviction. I realized that one of the reasons why people give up on a particular endeavor or venture is the fact that they don't have that personal conviction on what they are doing. Is it that they are doing it because their friend told them? Is it that they are doing it because they see their friend making money? All right. Is it that they are doing it because they see, oh, that guy is already driving a car. What is he doing? Let me go and do it too. Even if that part might not be their part. All right. Even if that particular venture might not be their venture. All right. I see my friend is studying medicine. Let me go and study medicine too. Someone like that, you know, someone like that is not going to study medicine because of the right perspective or the right personal conviction. All right, okay, medicine is a you know, you can get a job, you have your car and all of that, and then they go into that venture without having their own personal conviction. So it's very important that whatever path you're choosing, I'm not saying everybody can be freelancers. If everybody were to be freelancers, we are going to work in the bank, we are going to work in the hospital. All right, even though I have medical students, as I have a lot of them in UAE. All right, as student and all of that, it's cool. But do you get what I'm saying? But everybody can be freelancer. I'm not saying everybody should become freelancers, but for the category of people that want to maximize the freelancing space, it is very important that you have the right mindset towards this particular industry. Know exactly what the industry is about. Okay? Know what the industry is about. Know the opportunities that are there. For example, in the video you just watched, I'm sure that you didn't hear that it was just Upwork or Fiverr that Laura Briggs was into or she was doing. That's not the only platform where you can get jobs and all of that. Do you get? So it's always important that you know exactly what are the opportunities that are there in this particular industry for me. All right. Why do people hire freelancers? Have you ever thought about why do companies come on platforms, put out jobs to hire independent workers? Do you get what I'm saying? So those are kind of questions that you should actually ask yourself. Why do these people come on platform? Can they just go? Why would somebody from the US come on Fiverr to order for gigs? Why can't this person just pick somebody maybe in his state in the US there and then give the person the job, or probably a family member and all of that? All right, it shows you the trust. It shows you the way the gig economy is actually growing. All right, and also beyond that, the flexibility that comes with it for we that are freelancers. I can be in the comfort of my room, and then I'm getting gigs. I'm applying for gigs from different parts of the world. I'm delivering orders. I'm getting paid. And then I'm living cool. Do you get what I'm saying? So one of the reasons why I'm strong on freelancing and why I want many people to have the right mindset towards the gig economy is the fact that, the gig economy has a lot of potentials. A lot of potentials, all right? We still need many more tech companies emerge from this gig space. We have, I'm sure that if I keep on asking that, oh, do you have problem in getting paid? Many of us will have something to say, all right? Particularly for those of us that were in a third world country like Nigeria. If I ask you, oh, how do you get paid? Is there PayPal is doing this? Is there Payoneer is doing this? Is that, you all have something to say. That's a problem for you to solve. Are you following what I'm saying, guys? So just like Laura Bridge said in that video, that the freelancing economy is a growing economy. It's an economy that is open for all. And the interesting thing about the freelancing space is the fact that you do not need a degree. Okay, I was even saying it in I think 3 or 6 class on Monday. All right, that if they bring 2 people to me and then one of them has a university degree and the other person has a digital skill, I can guarantee the one that has a digital skill that is going to get a job, a well-paying job, than the guy that just has his university degree. I'm saying this for myself, and I can guarantee the person. If you have a skill and then you work with me for even 1 month, I can 100% assure you that you get something to do. I mean, 100% assure you that you get something to do. But if you just come to me and say, oh, the only thing I have is I'm a graduate of English or I'm a graduate of mass comm, I don't have the job to give you. All right? I don't have that. But if you come to me and tell me, oh, I have this particular skill, and that's why sometimes when I see people with skills and then they don't know how to maximize all of those skills, it could be a pain, but sometimes I just get to see many people don't learn, many people don't reach out, many people, many people don't look out for opportunities to do it, and all of that. These are valid excuses. And you follow what I'm saying? So the direction at which the world is going is changing, and you should also move towards that direction. Okay, all right. I was saying it some days ago that in some years ago, some 20, 30 years ago, I'm sure our parents told, or even your parents would have told you that, oh, if you graduate from secondary school, write your WAEC, pass your WAEC, go to your university, a job is waiting for you, or a car is even waiting for you. I'm sure our parents must have told us that story, right? That during that time, when someone goes to university, a job is waiting for them and a car is waiting for them. I'm talking to those that are in Nigeria. I don't know about other countries anyway, but for those of us here in Nigeria, I'm sure, right? Or is it only me that my parents told the story? Of course. So I'm sure you guys can relate. Okay, awesome. But did they lie? No, they actually did not. But does that still happen in today's world? Oh, come on, does that still happen in today's world? They didn't lie, actually. It was what happened during that time, but does it still happen now? No, it doesn't. It's not guaranteed. It doesn't. Do you get? So do we have them to blame? Do you keep on throwing the blames on them, or you keep on throwing the blames on the government? Even though the government are actually, they're actually the ones to take responsibility for that. But at the same time, your life has to move. You can't keep on going on Twitter to drag Buhari, drag your commissioner, drag your president, and then you are not moving forward. See, it's more sweeter when you are moving forward and then you are dragging them. Not when your life is not moving forward and then you are throwing all your energy to the government. All right. So if you are doing well for yourself, you are doing, your life is moving forward and all of that, we have a structural change in there. Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much, Timmy. So the world today is different. The world today is not the world of, you go to school, you graduate, and then you get a job. No. So it's usually better that you understand the kind of world that we have today. And also you plug yourself into that world or into that system. And I can tell you that the system that we have today is the digital system. All right. We can have a conversation by using this collaborative tool called Zoom. Many people are joining me from different parts of the world today. And they are here because of tech. All right. Zoom is a product. Zoom is a digital product by a company. You follow what I'm saying? So it's actually very good that you also move in the direction of the kind of world that we have today. So am I against going to university? No, I'm not. I'm a graduate myself. All right. So I'm not against that. But at the same time, as you do that, also ensure that you plug yourself in opportunities, all right, that can make you employable in today's world. Okay, all right. So for example, I was saying this some days ago that if you want to work in Paystack or you want to work in a very big tech company like Flutterwave, all right, you want to work in a very big tech company, trust me, those people won't ask you for microbiology certificate. They won't ask you for zoology or physics certificate. All right. What would they ask you for? Your hands-on skill that can actually contribute to the system of work. All right. So if a client comes on Upwork today or comes on Fiverr today, put out a job posting, all right, the clients, as a matter of fact, there has never been a time where I applied for a job or I got a contract, I got a gig that the client or the company requested for my university certificate. I don't even know where my university certificate is now, actually. Okay. So because I understand the kind of world that we have today, all right, I understand the kind of world. Someone is laughing. Well, that's the truth, actually. I just went to Ife to collect my certificate. I think last year, was it last year? It was last year I went to Ife to collect my certificate. All right. So you have to understand the kind of world that we have today and plug yourself in it. Now, while you're plugging yourself in it, don't be too quick to back off. If you didn't back off when you were in your 200 level in your university, if you didn't back off when you were 300 or your 100 level, why should you back off when you have barely spent 6 months or even 1 year learning a skill? Why? Some people just get tired. Some people just get, I don't know, I don't want to call it laziness, but I want to call it that many people like that have the wrong mindset. If you have the right mindset that if you learn software development, you are definitely going to get a good paying job, then why not go for it? If you have the right mindset that if you learn copywriting, then you will definitely position yourself to get better offers. Why not learn it? Am I making sense, guys? Are we following? Come on, guys. Are we following? Are we together? Awesome, awesome. So, okay, awesome. So having the right mindset is very key. In fact, it is one of the primary things that will actually make you succeed in a particular endeavor. Having the right mind. I had all the reasons to have given up this freelancing thing. Maybe it is when I was in part 2 or part 3. All right, I have all the reasons to have given up. Oh, at some point I was working in 9 to 5, and I was working in a very cool company. I was working in Chi Limited, the producer of Chivita, Olandia, Capuson. I was working there. So I had all the reasons to have said, oh, freelancing is, but I understood the rudiments. I understood, the basics. I know that if I stay on this thing for 1 year, I will make them. All right, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not doing bad, and that's the fact. All right, I'm not doing bad. Do you get what I'm saying? So having the right mindset is key. I've been freelancing for over 5 years now, so you can't compare me with someone that is just starting today. But someone that is just starting today can pick up tomorrow. And always remember that I didn't start today. So the hardest thing is for you to start. Now, you starting does not mean that you get result immediately. You starting means that you have been able to build that conviction to start. And in starting, you are open to doing a lot of stuff. So starting will now involve learning, reaching out to people, doing being intentional about your personal development, taking courses, attending program. This is a free program. Look, we have just 56 people in tonight's meeting, and then trust me, Tosin will have a lot of queries after tonight's meeting. Is the recording going to be available? Can you send it to me? I'm sure thank God I have to sing, because I don't have time for all those things. Do you get what I'm saying? So having the right, see, I have some of my students that have earned over $10,000 on Upwork, and they are still here today. I don't just want to mention names. I have some of them that have earned thousands of dollars, and they are still here today. So having the right, because they understand the journey that you have to keep being on your toes to learn all the time. Am I making sense, guys? Come on, are we together? Am I making sense? Awesome, awesome. So having that right mindset to learn is very important. So the idea is to start. Now, while you are starting, I'm not saying that there won't be setback, but does it even make sense for you to be in a particular endeavor and then there are no challenges, no setback? You just enter Upwork. Yeah, it's not for me to create account, and then you start getting jobs. You know, if it were to be like that, almost everybody will just be on Upwork and start applying for jobs and start getting jobs. It doesn't work that way. Do you get? But if you have that right conviction, you know that this is going to work. All right. I don't know if Promise is here. I think Promise is here. This guy sent out Promise. How many proposals did you send out even before reaching out to me? He reached out to me last year. Is Promise on the call? Right. So Tosin, is Promise on the call? Tosin, are you there?
Yeah, I'm with you. What's up?
Okay, I was asking if Tosin, if Promise was on the call. I wanted to confirm something.
If what?
Promise was on the call. Okay, he's not here. He's not here. He's not here. So, you know, this guy sent out, I think, over 200 or 300 proposals, actually. All right. And today, he has earned over $10,000 today. Today. Just imagine he had given up. And that was just last year. You know, so, okay, it's not here. That's cool. So, having that right mindset is very important. All right. All right. When you now start, you now know that, I'm starting this thing. There's a lot for me to still learn. If I'm getting setbacks, you should know that it's part of it. All right. There's no endeavor that you go into today that there will not be setbacks. People that join cryptocurrency in February, March, are they not experiencing that setback today? Does it mean that crypto is not working? Crypto that was $30 around 2 weeks ago, is it not $42 today? Those that have panic, sold their coins, where are they going to be today? But if you understand what cryptocurrency is all about, you will not sell. So having that right mindset towards a particular endeavor is very important. If you believe that LinkedIn is going to work for you, then you keep pushing at it. While you are pushing at it, you are learning. You are enrolling for courses. You are reaching out to people that can help you. There's a free class you are attending. You are reading. That is how you get better at things. All right. So if something is not working, then you reach out to people. Maximize every opportunity that you have, as long as you have that right mindset and that right conviction. And there are several spheres to it, actually. All right. There are several spheres, or there are several opportunities that you can actually maximize in the gig space. All right. One of them is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a free platform. All right. In fact, I expect all freelancers should be on LinkedIn. All right. If you're a freelancer, you should be on LinkedIn. I once wrote a thread on LinkedIn. Let me see if I can get that thread. I once wrote a thread on that on my Twitter page. Is here. Okay. Just a thread I wrote, I think last week, I can't remember. About it was supposed to be a very long thread, but I got tired at some point. And I didn't know if people were reading it or not, but I just decided to put it out there. So this was a thread on people looking for remote jobs, how to do your cold outreach effectively. So what is cold out? Like I said, there are several spheres to it. You can get jobs through freelancing platforms. You can get jobs through cold outreach. And your cold outreach can be done in such a way that you can reach out to targets directly from their platform, like their website, and all of that. You can get jobs through LinkedIn. You can get jobs through networking. All right, people on our community pages, that put out job posting. You can get jobs like that. I outsource jobs to people too. Okay, so you can get jobs through networking. All right, you can get jobs through Pinterest. I'm sure you heard why did I say Pinterest? Pinterest and Reddit. That's also one platform you can actually get jobs. All right, you can get jobs through. In fact, Tosin gets jobs mostly on Facebook. Am I right, Tosin?
Yeah, you said what?
I said I think you get your jobs mostly on Facebook, right?
Yes, Facebook and LinkedIn.
And LinkedIn. All right. So Facebook, Tosin works directly for me. All right, it doesn't work directly for me. So do you get what I'm saying? So there are several spheres that you can explore. Okay, but it's usually very good that you get your hands on one, master it. All right, learn as much as you can, implement those things that you are learning or that you have learned. All right, and see how well it's going to work out. Are you following what I'm saying? So these are like several opportunities that you can actually maximize in the gig space. So you can even get jobs from Google, from knowing a particular company's website. All right, from their website, you can do some retargeting, do the retargeting to LinkedIn. From LinkedIn, you can send them a code pitch, get their emails, then send them a code DM or whatever, and all of that. Those are opportunities. Like I've talked about all of those things in our past community session, so I won't bother to talk about that. All right, and there are some basic things that you need to know when you are targeting them. These are the things that you have to learn. Okay, so it's not just about, okay, get this, and then send them. No, there's a way you should construct your message. There's a way you should construct your proposal. There's a way you should construct your cold email. There are people that you should target the most. All right. For example, I wrote here that I think I mentioned it in under this thread. Okay, I wrote it here. I said here that not even the best code email will get you a response if you are pitching the wrong type of client or a point of contact who is not empowered to take action on hiring you. All right, even if you have the best code email, if you are targeting the wrong set of people, trust me, it will just go down the drain. So it's very important that you identify the right set of clients. So the work of a freelancer is that you go to where your clients are. If you don't have a structure for yourself yet, if you're a solo freelancer, you don't have an agency, you're just a solo freelancer, all right, you have to go to where clients are, because clients are the ones that will pay for your service. All right, so where are the places that you can find clients? You can find clients on your WhatsApp. You can find clients on Instagram. You can find clients on Twitter. I get jobs a lot on Twitter. Toyosi Godwin is an SOP writer. He gets most of his jobs on Twitter. All right, I get a lot of jobs, but oftentimes I usually recommend people. As long as you can go to where the client had, there are opportunities there for you. You can get clients on Facebook. Clients on Facebook. There are people looking out for freelancers, designers, developers, writers, digital marketers, and all of that. Can you follow what I'm saying? So always ensure that you identify the right client. Then I wrote here that there's also, you can also, you can check out this thread on Twitter. I wrote here that, okay, as a copywriter, my ideal point of contact as potential company usually have one of these job titles. So if I'm targeting a company or whatever, I'm probably sending a cold message to them, probably a cold email and all of that to them. I ensure that I target the main set of people that I know that they can actually give me responses. I could target the director of content marketing, the content marketing lead, the senior content marketing manager, the director of marketing, blog manager or editor, VP of content marketing. So I know the kind of people that I'm targeting. I'm not targeting CEOs. I'm not targeting the founders. Do you get what I'm saying? So I wrote that if you want to, so always ensure that you go to the manager level. So if you're a freelance designer, who are those you should be looking for? The creative directors of companies. I'm not talking about Nigerian companies now, actually. I'm talking about companies in different countries, actually. So I'm not just talking about Nigerian companies, rather. So if you're a freelance designer, what are those you should be looking at? Creative directors. If you're a developer, then you should look at the software team or the engineering team. All right. So after identifying the right set of clients, know the particular people in that particular system that you're actually targeting. So how do you get leads, or how do you generate leads? You can generate leads from their website, their software. I've talked about the software before. There's recruiting. There's a lot of them, actually. I think I have some of them too on this trade. So you can generate leads from website. There are websites that usually have about us page. Some have our team page. All right. So in case you are targeting, you're a designer, you're a developer, you are targeting beauty websites that are involved in beauty products, like that. Maybe you want to target solopreneurs, all right, that are involved in selling beauty products, all right. You could be a designer, you could be a writer, maybe you want to write copies for them. You could be a designer, maybe you want to create creatives for them. You want to create designs or logos and all of that, As long as the company or as long as the individual has a website, then from there, you can always get to target whoever team is working, whoever team, that owns that particular venture. All right. So once you get the person, you can retire. That means that you have generated a lead. All right. A lead is like a prospective client. A lead does not necessarily mean that you have turned that person into a client. It's like a prospective client. All right. And then, from there, you can check up the lead on LinkedIn, connect with them. That's retargeting. Connect on LinkedIn. Then from LinkedIn, you can send a connection request, and then you pitch your service or your services. You can even send them a cold email directly. There's sometimes that you can get, oftentimes you might most likely get their emails on their LinkedIn page, or you just send them a cold DM. Okay, all right. So that is one way you can you see the process now? What did I basically do? I sat down. I usually use a spreadsheet. Okay, so I have a spreadsheet that I know. Okay, I'm targeting beauty companies in the US. So what I'll basically do is that turn on my research mode. I'll look out for companies or solo or individuals. If I want to target individuals, fine. If I want to target companies, fine. Then I'll look out for individuals or companies that I want to target. All right. Oftentimes, individuals pay better actually. All right. About 2 of the companies I work with currently, they are solopreneurs. Although one of them is a coach. All right. She has a coaching program. Imagine working for someone that has a coaching program worth of $5,000, just one course. $5,000, just one person, just one course actually, and that was how I got to work with her. I'm still working with her today. I won't mention her name. So people know go and target her on LinkedIn. So, come on, are we still together? Are we still together? Hello, are we still together? Let me know in the chat. Awesome. Awesome. So, okay. So in case you want to plan yourself and all of that. So what I'll basically do is that I would make a decision on the country that I want to target. I love targeting US clients because US clients pay more. Those ones, they pay a lot of money actually. They pay very well. So I can decide to target US client and look out for, I have software that I usually use for all of these things actually. So but that's not for this class, and then I can decide to say, okay, I want to target solopreneurs in California, or I want to target solopreneurs in California or in New York, and all of that. So what I will basically do, I have a software that will do all of those search for me, actually, just for me to input those keywords and all of that. So I can say, okay, I want to target people that have maybe Instagram pages and they sell this product, or people that are life coaches, they run programs, they might need a copywriter to help them write out, to help them create a sales funnel for their coaching program and all of that. From there, I get their info. Some of them have websites, some of them do not have website. If they don't have website, then I have something to talk about in my pitch. Okay, I'll advise them. I'll just put myself to them like I have a team. So in case they need a website, Pam, I don't reject jobs. If you need a website today, I can provide people that will be there. It's just for me to post it on my community. I have series of talents. All right, I have series of talents that can actually get to. Who is that person disturbing my class? Tosin, please let me mute. All right, so that was what I'll basically do is just target okay, I was talking about website. If they don't have a website, I'll mention it in my page. Mention the benefit of them having a website. Mention what it's going to do to, how it's going to affect their business, because every business owner is about sales. All right, in case you're a digital marketer. I'm just going to take questions, so I'll take questions very soon. I've only spent up to 1 hour. No mind me, it's freelancing. I can talk and talk and talk and talk. But I'll wrap up now, so I can just entertain some questions. So I was talking about something. I thought. What was I talking about? Okay, I was talking about the website. Oh, you're the one that distracted me with your question. So from the website, okay, I was talking about the website, yeah. So in case they don't have a website, I'll pitch it, you can create a website, you can do this. That's one of the things I did for one of my clients like that. She doesn't have a website, I pitched it to her, and then I got some guys on board, we created the website. Obviously, I'll get a larger share, down is normal. All right, if you're outsourcing, you definitely be the one to get the larger share. You get too, because it takes a lot even to land a client. All right. So I pitched it to her and then we started working together and all of that stuff. So in cases like that, it's usually very cool that you don't necessarily have to have a niche. Well, you can decide to have a niche, fine. But in cases like that, you have to niche down to be able to target, to be able to ensure that your target is specific. So I can decide to say, I want to target just coaches in California, all right? Coaches that run programs, all right? There are some people that run weight loss program. That one is even raining today because all our ladies are trying to do fit farm and all of that. So we have many emerging coaches in that particular niche that are trying as much as possible to, put out programs, put out courses, so that can help ladies reduce weight. So I can decide to say, oh, fine, let me target this set of people, and then send out my pitch to them, create an offer for it, and then fine. I'm not saying that everything is going to click. Everything sometimes doesn't click. I get rejections too. All right. So, but if I can get one acceptance, that one acceptance can give me $5,000 per month gig. $5,000 per month gig is over 2 million naira. You follow what I'm saying? So it's not about what if I get rejection. If I show you my mail, I get a lot of rejections. It's just part of it. I'm sure you heard when Laura also mentioned it in that video. All right, that if you get a rejection, it's part of the work. All right, every day can be Christmas. All right, if you get a rejection, what you just need to do, go back to your drawing table, tweak your proposal, tweak your email, reach out to people. I bought a course. I think I shared it on my WhatsApp state. The course was worth over $200. If you guys know, there's no even need hiding that. I bought Code Email Mastery. All right, from Black Hat Wizard. It's on Twitter today. The course is worth over $200. Yep. Why? Because I want to get better. And he's an expert. Do you get what I'm saying? So he's an expert. The course is worth over, I bought it over 100,000, just one course. All right. And I know what one course can do for me. And that course has made me, I don't like putting myself out there in terms of my earnings and all of that. Because I understand what I can get from it. I understand what freelancing. I just need to get one client to make my money. So that's what I mean when I tell people that I hold a mentorship program every month. It's a monthly mentorship program. The offer is usually open every month, and it costs I think 40,000 naira now. Okay, and it keeps increasing actually. At some point last it was 10,000 naira. All right, and some people benefited. Some of my students that promised that has earned over $10,000 today. He enrolled when it was 10,000 naira last year. All right, Larry is also a top product freelancer. He's a social media manager. He has earned thousands of dollars today. And he also enrolled when it was 10,000 naira. So even if you are saying just $1,000 today, $1,000 today is over 500,000, and you pay 10,000 naira for the course. And you follow what I'm saying. So it's about you understanding or having the right mindset towards a particular niche or towards a particular industry. The promise is already here. I was mentioning that how many proposals did you submit last year? I think it was over 200 proposals that you said you submitted last year also. Okay, look at David too. David is also my student. As a matter of fact, David got a job last week of how much was the job, David? A logo design job or so. How much was the job? Just as a graphic designer. Are you following what I'm saying? So it's very important that you have that right mindset when you are actually starting out. And it's very, 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 very key. So having the right mindset helps you a lot, when you're just starting out. When you're just starting out, it does not mean that you won't have setbacks. It does not mean that all the roads will be rosy all the road will be rosy and all of that. No, it doesn't mean so. All right. So starting just means that you are in for it. You are in to put your resources. You are in to put your hard work. You are in to put everything to it to ensure that it works out. Yeah, and that is the kind of right mindset that I expect you to have, particularly if you want to last in the freelancing economy. It's not all easy peasy. No. It's a lot of work, but at the same time, it is very promising and fulfilling, actually. All right. So I think I will just take some questions now. I actually planned 40 minutes. I have something I'm doing. So I'll just take some questions. If I have questions there, I think I can take questions now. I already spent 1 hour talking. But I want to believe you guys learned something. Did you guys pick up something from tonight's session? Did you guys learn something from tonight's session? Come on. Did you guys learn something from tonight's session? Is it possible to balance it with schoolwork? I started when I was in school now. But whenever it's time for exam, you can't see me freelance. So I face it depends on you as a person. All right. Me personally, I don't know how to put a lot of stuff together, not until now. It was when I was in school there, I don't know how to merge a lot of things together. It will either affect one. Do you get what I'm saying? So it depends on you as a person. But I advise that if you are still in school, start learning something. Because you never can tell what you are definitely going to do when you come out of school. Start learning something. So if you are still in school, you have an advantage, you have an edge, all right, over others, even though it's not too late for others too. It's never too late for you. I know the number of skills that I've picked up this year. This year, I told myself I wanted to learn program management. I've learned it already. I told myself I wanted to learn digital marketing. I'm currently learning digital marketing. Is it possible to land gigs? I'll just say some few questions. Then we'll call it. Is it possible to land gigs with an Upwork account that doesn't have any work history? Yes, it is possible. It's possible. Like I usually say that, how do you, for example, if you watch that video very well, if you listen to that video very well, if you remember, she mentioned that while you're waiting to get your first client, you can create work sample by working for yourself, by working for other people for free, just play around your skills. I usually say that be your own first client, hire yourself. All right, please, do you have materials to improve skills as a translator? Well, I don't, but I think Tosin does translate. Tosin, are you there? Tosin, oh. Tosin, are you there? I'm not sure he's on the call. So Tosin does translation, so I think he can help you out with that. I'm not sure I currently have materials like that. For someone who wants to start out as a virtual assistant, what would you advise for that person to have in terms of knowledge and gadgets? For a virtual assistant, you don't even need to have anything actually. So a virtual assistant is someone that offers administrative duties to solopreneurs, brands, companies. And if you're offering administrative duties, oftentimes your duties will be spelled out. So they will tell you, okay, this is what you're supposed to do. Sometimes some clients will even show you videos. Are you following what I'm saying? Some clients would even show you videos actually. All right, so in fact, there was one of my students that actually got a gig. I think I posted it actually. She got a full-time gig for as a virtual assistant, a $1,500 gig actually. $1,500. Let me show you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Is he here? Okay. So if you want to be a virtual assistant, how much is this? Can you see that? I think I posted it on my WhatsApp. Can you see that? Can you see? How much is this? She started the contract in July, $1,500 actually, with a company in the United States as a virtual assistant. So so you don't necessarily need to have any skill. Even okay, you have that gadget, just your phone. Start with your phone. Start with what you have. Like I said, you can start with what you have. So it's not about you having gadgets and all of that. No. In fact, there was a time that I was using my phone to write articles, and all of that. So when writing a proposal, do you bid for job specifics on your profile? We can apply for any job. Well, your profile should be in tune with the skills that you used in registering. So if you registered as a writer, your jobs should be, the jobs that you get to see on your feed should be writing jobs. Then you should apply for those jobs. But oftentimes apply for jobs that you know that you can do or you can handle. Okay, so just joining now. Is it necessary to target a particular niche? I think I answered that already. What happens when you run out of Upper Connect? Get another one, buy. You need Connect to get jobs. So why should that be a problem for you to buy? For those in Nigeria, what account do you use to get paid? There are several ways you can get paid. You can get paid through PayPal, through Payoneer. You can open a domiciliary account. Okay, these are some ways I think that you can even get paid through Paystack. There are people that pay for my mentorship program from other countries and they use Paystack and it goes through. So you can also use Paystack, although Paystack is not for all countries anyway. But as long as they have a debit card, they can actually use that. Just started. I am interested in writing, but unfortunately, I have never written before, and I don't know if I have the skills. So this is the best way to. You are just having imposter syndrome, all right? And the best way to deal with that is to push yourself to write something. You don't necessarily have to. It doesn't necessarily have to be a client. It could be for yourself. That is why we have the community. The community is there to help you grow. Okay, there are several portfolio platforms where you can share your work. There's Medium, there's LinkedIn, there's Substack, there's WordPress. There are a lot of stuff. I think I have a trade like that on how to build an online portfolio. You can, let me see if I have it. I think I have it on Twitter. So just share your work, actually. Let me check. Portfolio. This is how to search. So instead of you coming to ask questions, this is how to search for my old threads on Twitter, for my old threads on Twitter. So yeah, this is one. Can you see this? So this is a well-detailed thread on how to build an online portfolio to land more clients. So you can go through this thread. I feel that it's going to help you. All right, let me share it on the chat. Tosin, is Tosin still on the call?
Yes, sir, I'm with you.
Okay. I was calling for your attention the other time, but I guess you didn't hear me.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was attending to something.
Okay. Yeah, please let me share this thread. Okay. Let me just share it. Let me share it.
Okay.
Okay, so you can read through all of these threads, and then okay, let me go through some questions. Or Tosin would rather share with you guys on the page. Then do you have any material for content writing? Are you just following me? I'm sure Tosin share some materials on the group page. Go and check it and read it. Or go and check my Twitter. So if you want to check some of my old threads, so just go on Twitter and type my username Olamide Obola, then space any keyword. You can type writing. It's going to bring out anything I've said on writing. So this is one again. Can you see? This is one. Jiget. So this is one for you. So just go there and search for yourself. Don't come to my DM to ask me. Just go online and search. Then I don't know much about code pitching. I want to know more, sir. Go and check my last two community sessions that we had. The last two community sessions that we had, I talked about code pitching in detail, and I talked about some software that you can actually use to do that. Then you can also go on Twitter, check out some of my threads. They will also be of great help. All right. I'm a graphic designer and I've been on Fiverr since May last year. I've not gotten a single gig. Can you suggest things to do? There are several things to do on Fiverr. All right. It could be that your gigs are not ranking. Ensure that you use relevant keywords. All right. So that possibly your gigs are also be ranked, and then it could also be time factor. She gets so. Then let me go through some questions. Is it possible to work as a virtual assistant? Yes.
Sorry, coach. What was the?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. So, what was the particular thread you said I should share for the groups?
No, I think you already shared. Is it content material? Okay. Content writing materials? You already shared it. Let them go and check.
Okay.
Is it necessary to target a particular industry? I've answered that. So I think I've answered all the questions. Yep. Let me go through it again. I have some, okay. I think I've answered all the questions. So that is it for today's class anyway. Having the right mindset, being open to learn, going hard for whatever venture that you actually want to go in for, and then giving it your all. At least, I think I told the workshop that was had some few days ago, and then I told them to actually promise me that they will stay consistent with freelancing for at least 6 months. All right, for at least 6 months, stay consistent with it. All right, and see whatever comes out of it for that 6 months. So the opportunities there are limitless, and that's why if you check my WhatsApp very well, I share a lot of stuff on my status, I share a lot of my student testimonials and all of that, so that you guys can see that there are several opportunities, even if just one job, what $100 is around 50,000 naira today. Just one job actually has around 50,000 naira today. So it's very important that you have that right mindset, going all for it, learn as much as you can, enroll for program. Like I said, I have a monthly mentorship program. He holds every month actually, and has been holding since I think since last year August. Yeah, we're going to mark our anniversary in August actually. Since last year August. That's a lot. Let me show you guys so you guys can see what I mean. It's a monthly mentorship program that holds every month. Where is it again? Okay. Yeah, let me share it. So this is a program. It holds every month actually, and the program is currently 40,000 naira. So the one for August is holding, starting August 16th. Early bird is for 40,000, that's $100. Then the late fee is 50,000 naira, and you can always reach out to me or reach out to Tosin if you want to be a part of this mentorship program. It goes every month. So you're free to always plan ahead, and it's a full-time mentorship actually. It covers, having the full-time access to me, and then among all that stuff like that. So it's very important that you ensure that you are always on your toes, to learn, and then ensure that you're always learning and all that. So it's about you having the right mindset. If you're sure that this particular path is a good path for me, then why not go for it? All right, and then why not double down on it? All right. So the group is going to be open. I think it was open last week or so. So it's there in case you want our source gig. Like I said, you can actually get gigs on our community page. So you can actually, in case you're a writer, you can put out your links, your write-off, let people comment on it, let people read it, and let people give you feedback so that you can actually ensure that you are getting better. You are getting reviews from people, getting feedback from people, just to ensure that, you are not on the spot. Okay, you're growing, and then you're getting better. All right. So I'll be wrapping up the class now. Then I'll see you by next month, hopefully, actually. So I'm sure you guys had a great time tonight. All right. And then many thanks to Tosin. So Tosin has been the one managing our community, and all of that. So in case you need any of those materials, you can reach out to Tosin anytime. You want to enroll for the mentorship program, you can also reach out to Tosin or reach out to me, and all of that. So the group will definitely be open for interaction. You can maximize it, meet people, reach out to people, and all of that. So nice having you guys around. Enjoy your week. Okay, this is a new week already. Enjoy your week. Bye.